Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Super Anime Bros podcast. As always, I'm your host, Rosario, joined by my brother, Angelo. And today we're going to talk about something we love.
Welcome back, everybody. So we're going to do our Spring 2025 anime check-in.
Yes, sir.
So the season's almost actually halfway over. It's been going so fast.
Yeah.
This is not one of our heavier seasons with shows, but I've been enjoying everything we've watched thus far.
Yeah, I would certainly agree.
Yeah, so I guess let's talk about them.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of crazy that it's already halfway over. Like, we're looking so forward to the summer season and just so many big hitters that it feels so far away. But we really are, like, flying through spring already. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're getting close.
I guess, like, just going in the same order that when we did the preview,
Yeah.
talking about, like, some returning shows, or continuing, rather, Dragon Ball, Daima,
Mm-hmm.
not Dynama,
Daima.
Daima.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't get over that. I think that's so funny that we were just saying it wrong. Oh, also, before, like, I talk for this whole time, I'm going to say I'm under the weather, and that's pretty evident in my voice, so bear with me today. But this show's been really fun. Some fun fights, some new forms, like Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 so far. And honestly, it's been better than I thought. Like, going into it, I really did not expect to like it all that much. I thought I was going to like it, but not as much as I do. You know, it really, and we've talked about it multiple times, really has that very Dragon Ball feel. Like, you can tell that Akira Toriyama was still involved with this, and it's got, like, some aspects of each of the previous shows, whether it's the comedy, the action, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's honestly a pretty good blend. Much like you said, I did not expect it to be as good as it is, so that was certainly a pleasant surprise. It seems like we're going to be wrapping up here soon, any week now. I think it only has 20 episodes, so
Yeah, that's what you're saying, huh?
We're
Okay,
getting
so a
pretty
couple more
close
weeks.
to the end here with the dub, so I'm excited to see how this fight with Goma goes.
Yeah. I mean, Goma as, like, the main villain from the start kind of seemed like he was a weak, just, like, annoying kind of villain, but has really leveled up now thanks to the third eye, or the Tertian Oculus, as they've called it. A, like, magical power giver thing, which he acquired through a very funny means if you watch the show. So yeah, it seems like that'll be much more of a final boss than I had initially expected. And yeah, I hope the final fight is awesome. I mean, everybody's kind of involved right now, so it's cool to see, like, all the characters fighting. Like Piccolo, we haven't really seen fight at all until this point. I feel like something funky's going on with Glorio. He's been really shady the whole time.
Yeah.
So
Who knows?
I'm intrigued to see
we'll find
what
out.
the deal is there.
Find out pretty soon.
Or Gazebo, as Goku once called him. So funny. I think, like, the getting a character's name wrong consistently trope is one for me that, like, always hits. I think it's so funny.
Yeah. I mean, Goku's been known to do that. A lot of, like, main characters like that will get the names wrong.
Yeah, I think it's great. But yeah, no, I've continued to enjoy it, as we've talked about it over the last couple episodes, seasonally at least, just because of the odd timing of when it released in English. Yeah, more Dragon Ball's a good thing.
I agree. All right, so let's move on to returning shows. Actually, before we talk about this one, I did want to say, if you had listened to the most recent episode, I started watching Windbreaker, so that second season's going on right now. I have not yet caught up to the second season, but I am very, very close
That's exciting.
to doing so. So when we do, like, our, I guess, review of the whole season after it ends, I'll be able to talk about Windbreaker then. So
Yeah, that's really exciting. I'm happy to see you enjoying it and catching up pretty quickly here. Always fun to be able to catch up with something that's happening at the same time. Well, I mean, the season 2, obviously, but, to be able to catch up to watch, hopefully, the end of season 2
yeah, I'll get
live
to catch the end of
is
it
pretty
weekly.
sick.
So
Pretty sick. So happy to hear that.
but then the other returning show we have, which is, I don't know, Aharen is what we call it. It's got, like, some weird
Yeah,
or
Aharen
long
San
name.
wa Hakata and I.
Yeah, I think it's like localized to like Aharen is indecipherable. So,
Yeah.
but season 2 of that, and you know, it's delivered so far.
I agree.
I definitely think this is one of the more underrated shows we've watched, especially after rewatching some of the first season in preparation for this season, and this season so far has been just stellar. It's not one of those shows that's like super like you don't have to be super emotionally invested in.
Yeah.
It's just good fun, and it is so funny.
It is really, really enjoyable comedically. Like, I guess I don't really... I remember some comedy watching. I think I would say I watched probably half of the first season with the second half. But yeah, it's been really, really funny. And it's like in a cute way. Like, the romance is cute. Like you said, you don't have to be that crazy emotionally invested. It's all very wholesome. And yeah, the comedy, like... It's been really good, and I like how the episodes, aside from this most recent one, are broken up into like a few shorter parts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With kind of like one main shtick in each. I think that is really enjoyable. Like Rido's misconceptions and misunderstandings.
Yeah, I don't know, but there's been like
comical.
a lot of other characters who do the same thing now. It's like
For
everybody
sure.
in the show needs to just
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah, there's just something about misunderstandings and stuff that's...
Yeah, like every time like
Funny.
anything happens, he just will come up with this huge like story of like what's going on. Like it's always like dialed up to 11,
Yeah.
and it's so
Yeah.
entertaining.
It really is. It really is. Like the one episode where he becomes a Gyadu, I found to be very funny.
Oh yeah, because Aharen dressed up
Um,
like that, and so he just also becomes that.
yeah, and just, it was hilarious. And then the episode before, I think, was probably my favorite so far, where he drinks something that he thinks has alcohol in it, and it
Yeah,
doesn't.
it's like a kind of like a mocktail, I would think, is what
uh-huh.
it's like. Like it's like a sake drink, but it's just not alcoholic.
And he just like acts like, not like a bad boy because he's still nice, but like he just completely changes his persona. And
Yeah,
it's-
like he's
it's
like
so
he's drunk.
Funny. It's so funny. Yeah, he was just kind of like a lax. I don't know. It was very funny.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's so many good ones. Once again, he had exposed his underwear this season too, which was one of my favorite gags in the first season. This time he ripped his pants, and that was pretty funny to watch Aharen try to like cover it up the entire day while he's at school
Yeah,
and making sure nobody sees that. It was, yeah, this show's great. It's very funny.
rather than just saying, "Hey, your pants ripped."
Well, she tries to tell him, but he just don't listen.
Yeah. Well, because he's probably off assuming something.
Yeah, I forget what he was trying to do. I think because he was like trying to like go do a bunch of nice things.
Yeah, see, he kept like lifting stuff, and that's how he ripped his pants.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a great show. It's like just fun, a super easy watch. One of those like just great feel good shows.
Yeah, just I would agree. Easy,
I love
easy
it.
to
I love a
watch.
feel good show too.
Very,
So
very just relaxing and kind of turn your brain off and enjoy.
yeah, and there has been like more progress made than a lot of other romance shows
Yeah,
in their romance
Yeah,
development. So
certainly.
it's like it's just really like. I don't know. I've never been anxious watching it. I've never been like, oh, this is like getting dragged on. It really is like
yeah, it's not like
just a very good formula for a nice time.
Yeah, just turn it on every week and enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that, which is good.
I agree.
Now on to some of the new shows. The first of which is My Hero Academia Vigilantes. This is one that I'd say we're pretty excited about. We both really love My Hero and have a lot of history with it being one of the first anime we watched.
Mm-hmm.
So for like a official canon spin-off show to come out, pretty exciting, and this has been great so far. I've really enjoyed it.
I
What do you
agree. Yeah, I didn't have honestly that high of expectations for it, so I didn't expect to like it as much as I did.
Good.
Much like Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
So it's been super fun. I've been enjoying it, and the story's been interesting. It's nice to, kind of see. It's like a prequel in that sense, a spin-off prequel. So it's nice to see some characters who will, make a return in the main show, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, I didn't expect the story to be that compelling, and I didn't expect the characters to be as good as they are. Like, there are some good ones. Koichi's great.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, I think our main trio is awesome.
He's a pretty good main character. Much like Izuku wasn't really born with a power to save the world.
Yeah.
He does have a quirk, but it's not, like, super helpful. But, he's just been using it how he can to help people.
Yeah. I think he's a bit more realistic than Izuku as well. Like, Deku without a quirk, like, runs in to save in the first episode and all, like, that's great. He's just a born hero. That's just in him, and that's not necessarily the case with Koichi.
I mean, he just did a very similar thing in the last episode. Jumping in the water to save somebody.
For sure. That's very different. That's
And,
not a villain, and he could stand.
Yeah, but I didn't say to fight villains. I said to save people.
You
can be a support.
No, I get that. I feel like he's a little bit more of a grounded take, I'll say.
Yeah, I won't argue that.
So I think that difference has been fun. Just a little bit more of a regular guy.
Mm-hmm.
With, a quirk that he, didn't think was all that, and he's kind of learning to do more with it, so that's cool. I'm really excited to see some progression with that. See his confidence grow. I think that'll be awesome. Knuckle Duster is such a fantastic character.
Knuckle Duster
he's been so fun.
Is awesome. I'm a huge fan.
Just from a really strong guy standpoint, he's awesome. They've kind of led us to believe thus far that he doesn't have a quirk. So that's cool. He's just a really tough guy.
Yeah, I think that's cool for somebody without a quirk to be able to stand toe-to-toe with these semi-strong villains.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I mean, some of them with the trigger, pretty crazy strong. And he also provides a good amount of comedy, which...
Yeah, because he's very funny.
I certainly appreciate.
With the name Knuckle Duster, I mean, you can kind of figure out what kind of guy he is.
Yeah. And then Pop Step closing it out with the big three. She's also been a really enjoyable character. I think the street idol is an interesting idea, and she kind of helps support them as a team. And I think her design is really strong as well. I mean, as far as Koichi goes in his design, I think the All Might sweatshirt is a very interesting idea as his main outfit.
I mean, who doesn't look up to All Might in that world?
No, that's fair. I don't know. I want him to find his own, voice eventually.
Yeah, he'll eventually.
And I'm sure he will.
The crawler jacket.
Yeah, and the cruller. So yeah, I think that they've been an unlikely trio, and have been really fun. Story's been interesting, with trying to get to the root of the trigger drug that boosts quirks and also makes you go a little crazy. I think there's definitely been a little bit of a darker tone, a more grown-up tone with the show as well, which I think is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, even from the sense that it's not I'm going to become the best hero and save everything.
Yeah.
I mean, My Hero, the normal show, has taken a darker
for sure.
tone recently, but this one consistently, just starting off has not been the same as optimistic of a show.
Yeah, so I find that interesting as well. But no, I've enjoyed it.
I agree. So I guess you ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah, certainly.
This is another absolute banger of a show.
Yeah.
And this is Can a Boy-Girl Friendship Survive?
No, it can't.
That's what I've been told. But yeah, this show, I know we expected it to be great. And you know what? It's great. It's so entertaining. Himari is a great character.
Yeah.
I'd say girl of the season.
For sure.
What's the guy's name?
You.
Yeah. He's pretty cool. He's very passionate about making his floral accessories. So it's cool to see a main character who's driven, even if it is something that's not super cool. Kind of like Gojo from Dress Up Darling. He kind of gives off similar vibes. But yeah, I've been enjoying it a lot. It got a little rocky there. One of the episodes, there was a fight, and I'm like, oh great, it's going to take the whole rest of the season to rectify it.
Yeah.
But we've kind of, went back to square one, and, we have another 7 episodes to get where we want to be. Who knows if we will, but I'm intrigued to see.
No, I agree. I've loved this show. It's been a really fun little romantic comedy. Characters are certainly fun. Definitely and this is once again like such a trope, but not communicating their feelings is going to lead to and already has led to some misunderstandings and complications. So that'll be interesting to watch as we go along. But like that's old hat. That happens in so many shows. But yeah, I think it's really cool to have a main character who has a passion like that, and you can see in the other characters like how much that passion is interesting to them and is like something that attracts them to him, whether it's from like a romantic sense or like from a Himari's big brother sense, like just really appreciating the guy. I think that's cool. I mean, I think in real life when you find somebody that's so driven and passionate about something, regardless of what it is, because I don't think either of us are going to say we're really interested in flower accessories.
No, it's just I can just appreciate somebody who has goals and something they really care about, and it's nice to see that in one of these shonen MCs here.
Yeah,
because a lot of times they are semi bland characters, not exactly they don't really stand out in a crowd.
Yeah,
but it is like I don't hate that. It's just nice to see something a little different every once in a while. Yeah,
for sure. So I think that like you can very easily make that connection in real life, and that being a kind of person that people are drawn to. So that's pretty cool. I like that aspect of the show. Himari's such like a goofy, fun character. Very clingy, which I think is funny. Teases you a lot. And I feel like, we'll get where we're going eventually. I don't think she'll be a losing childhood friend, but we shall see.
No. It seems like, both of them already have come to terms with the fact that they have feelings for each other.
Yeah.
So it's just, I forget the other girl's name.
I don't know.
So it's just, how much can his first crush, who's come back into their lives, how much problems can she cause, or how long is it going to take them to, just let their feelings out?
So I know it said that in the description, but have they really even talked about her being his previous crush? Like, it seems like it's more so the other way around.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I guess. I don't know. It does say it in the description.
It does,
so I always just assumed.
But like, I don't feel as though that's really been like...
it hasn't been like that much of a plot point. He's pretty much had like a mainly one-track mind towards Himari.
I wouldn't even totally agree with that. I think he's definitely shown interest in the other one. I just don't think that... I don't think that it was clear that like that was his like first crush.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe there'll be more to it, and maybe it's just the description. I don't know. I figured I'd ask because I don't feel like I've gotten that sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like the show a lot. I've seen some things online where people say like it'll get annoying eventually. I don't think I'm gonna get annoyed. I'm fine with things, dragging on and being misconcepted and stuff like that. Like, so few shows are
as long
just
as it's
clear.
Funny, I don't care.
Exactly. So few shows are just clear cut and dry. Like a lot of shows are gonna go on with this trope of, well, they won't, they both have feelings but aren't going to admit it. Exactly. Just keep it interesting, keep it funny, which it has been thus far. So
yeah, I agree.
I've been a huge fan. This is one of, if not my favorites this season.
All right, I agree. So the next one we're going to talk about here is Catch Me at the Ballpark. This was the one that we kind of just found.
Yeah.
But it's super funny, and it's honestly genuinely enjoyable. It's one of those shows that has usually 3 mini stories per episode, which is great because we've got to really, meet a lot of these different characters who are in some way or another involved with the Motor Sons, whether they're, players, workers at the ballpark, or just the spectators. We've got to meet a ton of semi-interesting characters, which is nice. And, get to see a bunch of little stories that are very entertaining.
Yeah, I think that's really fun. Once again, in the kind of the same vein as Aden, this is just a fun show that you can turn on and relax, and you're gonna get some little stories. Some of them will be really feel good, and they'll have a little bit of depth. But it's not not anything where you have to think too deep or get too deep, which is nice in a way. But also, even with that, yeah, it's been fun to meet so many characters and like peek into the everyday lives of these different people around like a baseball stadium. It's just such a fun environment. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces that go into it, so it's nice to see a little bit of everybody who's involved.
For sure.
I
mean, the comedy's been pretty good with it. Maybe some hints at romance. I mean, there certainly is some romance between, I don't want to say side characters because everybody aside from our main girl has gotten pretty equal.
No, our dude.
Treatment. Yeah, I mean, he gets a little bit extra screen time, but I think that Ludiko gets definitely the most screen time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been awesome. Makes me remember how much I love baseball, and honestly, like going to the ballpark. It's not as fun as it is in this.
And I thought you were about to say it was. I'm like, no, it's not.
Like this almost to me reminds me of like, and maybe this is just how it is in Japan, but at least in America, I think it's different. It reminds me of going to like a minor league baseball game. Like it's just a little bit more chill. It's just fun. There's things to do around.
Yeah, the food's not like super duper expensive.
Yeah, it just all around a different, more chill vibe. Where I feel like Major League, at least where we go in Philadelphia, is
because you got to drive into the city. Really, you got to pay like $40 for parking. The tickets aren't that cheap.
Yeah. I mean, any of that. It doesn't.
Yeah, it seems like a big event, not like I just got done work. Let me go shoot over to the baseball field.
Yeah,
which it seems like. A lot of these other characters do. So
yeah. So I really appreciate that about the show. It just makes it feel so fun. I'm excited to see like what kind of progression we can get out of something like this. There hasn't, I would say, been a whole lot of anything yet.
No.
But maybe that's just not the kind of show it is. Regardless, I'm really happy we found this and have checked it out. It's been a fun watch each week.
As am I. I agree. All right, so we have one more here.
Yeah.
From the Might Check Out.
Yeah, for sure. So we went 1 for 2 on the Might Check Out.
Well, I'd say barely. We watched one episode of the show we're going to talk about here.
Yeah, still.
But I definitely foresee more episodes in our near future.
No, so. I agree. So the show that we did not check out yet, or might not at all. I don't know. The beginning after the end, we have not checked out. It's gotten like really, really bad reviews on, especially animation, and just adaptation. Not that that's necessarily going to push me away.
No, seems like it has.
Well, no, I don't know. I think that from the start, this was one of the ones that I was less likely to check out, just given the isekai nature of it. I'm not really a huge isekai guy, and like. I don't know. That's not generally the type of show I watch. So if it had gotten a lot of hype, maybe I'd be more likely to check it out. But
yeah, if you were checking it out, then I'd be more likely to, because it never really, compelled me to check it out on my own. So not as much as this show we're going to talk about right now, which is Lazarus.
That was a great segue.
Yeah.
Call you Paul Blart, dude.
I think we already made that joke.
Yeah,
I definitely did.
Damn.
But we watched an episode of Lazarus. It took us a little bit to get there, probably because we had to buy
I think it was just because I had a
subscription service.
Max,
if it was on Crunchyroll or Netflix, we definitely would have caught it before. Yeah. But what were your first impressions?
I thought I was going to get... No, I'm sorry.
Okay, you do yours.
I thought I was going to get some sort of free trial or deal for Max. But I guess because I had previously subscribed, I didn't get a deal, so I had to pay the full $10. Wah.
Well, yeah, we only need it for another month or two.
Yeah, I mean, there's 5 episodes out already, so...
Yeah, really just 2 months. And there's other good stuff on there. We'll get our money's worth.
For sure. I mean, the Ghibli movies are on there, and there's still a few that I want to check out. So it's fine.
All right, so back to Lazarus, though.
Back to Lazarus. I really enjoyed the first episode, so, like... there's a lot of hype like going into the show because of the people making it, because of the studio. It, I think, lived up to some of that hype for sure, like choreography wise, and some of just the scenes, at least in the first portion. There's like a prison escape.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a pretty interesting watch, animation wise. That was a lot of fun. The story itself, like, we haven't uncovered a whole lot in one episode, more so than we had gotten from the description. But I think it's a very interesting idea for sure. So I'm excited to see where that goes. Character wise, we've met, I think our main players, but not too deeply aside from, not that we've even seen the main guy all that deeply.
Gilberto.
We just know Gilberto, yeah, that's what it is, yeah. Does it even say his name in here?
It does not.
Okay,
but his last name was Gilberto.
I forget his first name is. It was a really simple name, might be like Alex or something.
I agree though. I have enjoyed it so far. I love a good prison escape scene, so that was cool to watch. And as far as like just I wouldn't quite call it like fight choreography, but I just really enjoyed that like action sequence of him busting out and running away and stuff.
Yeah, action.
I'm a sucker for that kind of action, so I really I think it's going to be good. The story for me, I think, is compelling enough, but I'm here for the kick-ass ass kicking.
Did you just come up with that yourself, or is that somewhere?
I heard it before.
I never heard that. That was good. Yeah, it's got an interesting futuristic vibe to it. What I want to say? I wanted to say like a specific description there. Not like cyberpunk, but what would you call that type of vibe?
I don't know.
Man, okay, I'm gonna be thinking about that. Whatever. Yeah, interesting, like futuristic. I think it says here it's set in 2052. So that's been interesting to see like how they go about that. Not like flying cars or anything, but like
the cars looked futuristic, but like the cities didn't look that different. But like the transportation, like the trains looked different, and there was like the one big building in the city. But like
yeah. So,
I don't know.
I'm intrigued to see more of.
Yeah, it's an interesting like environment
of that. That'll be cool. Yeah, I guess like the guns, the one kind of seemed lasery.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be cool. And yeah, I think the characters will be fun. It seemed like it was kind of like a Suicide Squad vibe with like criminals coming together to do stuff, but it just seems like it's maybe the one criminal guy.
Yes, and they put something on his wrist, so it's probably like if you run away, you die. So it's similar.
And we don't know what he's done yet, but apparently he was serving like 8 life sentences in prison.
Yeah, hundreds of years. So
we'll see what he's.
Who knew? Who knows?
But it's been great. It really has been. In one episode, I'll say. So, also I found interesting. There's not. I don't think a subtitle yet. I think it just came out in English. Which I find interesting. And like obviously it's made by Mappa. But this did to me have like kind of a blurred line feel between an anime and like an Invincible type adult animation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd say it's somewhere like in the middle.
So that I found interesting. But yeah, I've liked it. I'm sorry, I'm still hung up on what I wanted to describe.
You got another minute. See if it comes to you.
Yeah, well, fill the space.
I'm going to go over our last segment here because that's all the shows that we are watching this season. So we'll come back to you guys pretty shortly. Well, not shortly, but in a few weeks with our check-in. Just talk about how the ends of all these seasons went. So in the meantime, we're going to continue our Song of the...
that's what you were last saying. I forgot.
Song of the Week
segment. Go. Segments.
This week, our Song of the Week is My Hero Academia Vigilantes Opening 1, which is Keka Orai by Kochi no Kento.
Nice job.
I really enjoy that one. I've been listening to that song like almost every day right now. So
it is.
Go check that out. As always, I'll put it up on our social media, on our Instagram, so you can check it out there, or just when you watch Vigilantes, because it's a banger show. You can see it then.
Yeah, I really enjoy this song, and also like the visuals in the opening are also a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
There's this little dance that Pop Step does in it that every time we watch it, I like to do the dance too. You'll know the one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it right now actually, but there's no video, so. Yeah, that's I think all we got. Definitely a little bit of a lighter season, like we've said, but everything's been great. And then we're not to I don't want to look ahead too much because I want to enjoy what we have in front of us, but this summer season draws.
Yeah, this could be like a generational,
ever nearer
a generational season here. So.
Yeah, like I don't think anything will ever get better for me than Demon Slayer Entertainment District airing the same day as Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2. But this summer seems like it could be pretty close.
This summer.
All
right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I couldn't think of what I wanted to say. Also, the description word or phrase. So, such is life. All right. We'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.